It's time for Cats Talk Wednesday. Small town and big city join forces. Vinny Hardy of Lynch, Kentucky, and Terry Brown of Louisville, Kentucky, team up to give you free-flowing, laid-back sports talk. Focus on Kentucky Wildcats, as well as pertinent information in the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Cats Talk Wednesday. It's Terry Brown and Vinny Hardy. It is not a game day Wednesday, but it wasn't much of a game night Tuesday. TB.
Man, the play was as cold as the cold front that's come through most of the U.S. Man, I've been using that Michael Clark Duncan gif from the Green Mile. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. I've been saying it all season. I'm tired of being down 15 points in the first half, which we've been in just about every Power Four conference game, including Gonzaga. I'm tired. I'm tired. There's just stretches where this team. What are we doing on offense? Like Jimmy Dike said last night, Kentucky takes a lot of tough twos. You know why they take a lot of tough twos? Because it's just you get him, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the offense that the Brooklyn Nets were running with Kyrie and Harden and Kevin Durant, which you can do if you've got those three people.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have those three people, you go get him, ain't much of an offense. So I don't know what we're doing. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what we're trying to do. That's one.
Yeah.
And two, on defense, I said some not nice words during the game. I said out loud, if I see one more Kentucky Wildcat go under a screen.
Oh, man.
Whatever action Vanderbilt called it to get somebody in that corner for that corner three, that PJ Tucker three.
Yeah.
Like, and we talked about that at the Alabama game.
Mm-hmm.
Why are y'all going under these screens?
Mm-hmm.
They're not even great screen. Like, ain't nobody hedging. Ain't nobody making contact. Like, what are we doing, right? Because if you remember when Tennessee was rolling, their little point guard was refusing the screens. I'm like, we don't know how to defend the screen at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all I know is this. We're all Kentucky fans in the Big Blue Nation. We all want the team to do well. I think that that's a fair assessment. But what are next steps? Because this can't continue. Our man, Corey Price, is putting out these numbers. This is all season. What have we seen? This is the worst Kentucky performance since it's either Billy Gillespie's era, probation, and the one he had last night was probation, the 89, 90, those years. And something was this year's squad, probation era, and then 1925, before Adolph Rupp got on campus.
Yeah, because he was 1930. So, yeah.
Yes. Before Adolph, that's what we're doing here. And I understand you got to be patient, and we live in a microwave society. This ain't that. This isn't that. Like, people have tried to, this reminds me of the Tubby date. Does it? Because Tubby wasn't getting blown out like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we might have lost, but it wasn't like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have you sat there during the game just been like.
Man, I said it, but you're on Round the Shots every Sunday. The one time I watched y'all live, I said it. I said, I don't even want to be like this, but I'm so skeptical watching because, like the face you just made, that's how I'm just like, every game.
I ain't cleaning. I ain't doing nothing. I get up my official stats. I'm like, why am I watching this? It ain't gonna make no difference because it just makes me mad. Why are we 1 of 11 from the field with 6 turnovers? What are we doing?
So many.
Look, and it's fair to say, okay, You lose JQ, you lose Jalen Lowe, you lose Cam Williams. Okay, like yes, winning is difficult when you don't have 3 top players. The issue I have has nothing to do with the talent on the field, on the court. The inbounds play between Garrison and Oweh, like I told you before we got on,
it was Malachi. We can't.
Malachi Marino. You're right.
PG, but we gotta.
Yeah, you're right. Let me be accurate. Like again, like I said, I was not even watching. I was on my phone like this, like, oh, okay, they doing Bill Belichick like this. And then my wife, who's just now, because of Caitlin Clark, starting to watch basketball, and I love it because we watch and we talk, and it's great. It's great. I love it. But she's like, "What was that?" And I look up, and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Watch this." They show the replay. I'm like, somebody needs to tell me what that has to do with people being out injured.
Yeah.
What does that have to do? So I get it. He's one of our own. I understand that. And this is the problem with that. Like I've been saying, nostalgia only does but so much. Because what I showed you right today or yesterday, Mike McCarthy, your former coach of the Cowboys, right, who is as lukewarm of a hire that you can make. Nothing about Mike McCarthy says, yes, nothing. He's won a Super Bowl. That's great. He's won a bunch of games. That's great. But he doesn't jazz it up for you. So the Steelers hired him.
He's from Pittsburgh.
They mentioned that. And then at the end, what do? Here's Mel Blount. Here's Ryan Shazier. Like, telling you, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Don't let nostalgia get in the way.
Yeah.
All the points I had in 2024, April 2024, was I hope this isn't our Kenny Payne. And some people take that to mean that literally, like I thought he was only going to win 8 games. That's not what I was saying. Was you get blinded by nostalgia. It ain't what it's supposed to be. And then by the time you figure out you need to do something, it's magnified. Because again, this is not new. Long time listeners of the show, I've said this forever. One, nothing humbles a fan base more than a coaching search. Because in your mind as a fan, why wouldn't you want to coach the University of Kentucky, right? But as we have seen, that's not always the case. People say no.
Yeah.
Right? That happens. My thing was you're allowed one bad hire. You're allowed one. Because in college sports, you need freshmen coming in. That's part of it. I know transfer portal and all that. You're allowed one bad hire. Once you do 2, you're now 3, 4, 5 years away from meaning anything. And them young kids who, when you were good, were in middle school, now they're in high school, and they like, you old news.
Yeah.
Like you look around right now. I know people, the NBA. Shea has been in the NBA for like 8 years. You lose that connection a little bit. And I'm sorry, the players that we need to win didn't grow up Kentucky fans. I don't want to step on toes, but Kentucky's not Kentucky because of the players born within the Commonwealth of Kentucky. You need people from outside to come in and help you win at a high level. If you're Kansas, you need Wilt Chamberlain to come from New York.
Yeah.
You need Lou Alcindor to come from New York to UCLA.
And that's LA.
Right, but you need that. So,
and the pool of people in LA is bigger than us, and he still went across the country over there.
And so you get one bad hire. This is what happened in Indiana. People always say, well, they accepted mediocrity. No, they didn't. Them fans still care. Don't tell me they accepted mediocrity. No, it's just you have 2 bad hires, and now you're digging out of it, even if you're Indiana.
What they do Knight, Davis, Cream after Davis.
Kelvin Sampson, but that they had it popping for a second, and then he
Yeah.
had to go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Nebraska football. Yeah, Tom Osborne's gone.
Yeah.
Frank Solich goes 9-3. They get him out of the paint. That's
Mm-hmm.
not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't had a 3-loss or fewer season since.
Yeah.
And they brought people in, right? Like we assume this. We assume it's just plug and go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we assume.
Mm-hmm.
Is the program is bigger than any one coach, any one player. That may be true, but you need the right coach. There's a reason Alabama talks about Bear Bryant and Nick Saban and not Shula or Francione, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even at Alabama, where you feel like it is plug and play,
Yeah.
it is not plug and play.
Mm-hmm. That's true, David.
Going back, and I know I'll wrap this up to my. I hope this wasn't our Kenny Payne. We would.
Indiana went. Well, they tried to go North Carolina route twice. I mean to cut you off. Dan Dockage was in there for 7 games in 2008.
Yeah.
Then Tom Crean.
Yeah.
Archie Miller. Mike Woodson. They went hometown family member again.
Yeah.
And now DeVries.
Yeah. From Drake here in town. I saw him a couple years ago. He was coaching here at Drake with him and his son. So you're allowed the one bad hire.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I keep saying, and people keep pushing back. What did I say to you, Vinny? Once we said, okay, let's see what happens. 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years is when we kind of figure out if this is going to work or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Billy G did not get year 3.
Mm-hmm.
But every other coach by year 3 was in the Final Four.
And you talk about the pressure. Next year is year 3. So completely new roster, trying to get that to the Final Four. Who comes back? You trying to improve on what we're seeing now? You talk about pressure building
and that's what got Cal out of the paint, right?
Yeah,
the lack of tournament success became like a big burden. Mm-hmm. That was my thought after the Oakland game. Was it didn't matter what happened during the regular season. When those boys came out for the tournament, and you could feel that the Oakland game.
Yeah.
You could feel that.
Mm-hmm.
When Reed Shepherd didn't take a shot until like 3 minutes left of the first half. Like, we don't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We talk about what Cal did. We didn't talk about Reed and Rob not shooting the ball at all.
Yeah.
Like, we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Again, my wife is not a basketball person, but she said, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't know." Because if you remember, during that Oakland game, there was a point where Antonio Reeves has the ball, passes it to Dilly. Dilly's got a big man on him. All year, we'd seen Dilly cook it, and then he passed it right back.
Mm-hmm.
And then Reeves and Trey Mitchell looked at each other like, I guess we got to do it. But we can't talk about that. Whatever. I know, blah, 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 blah. But my whole thing was the pressure due to lack of success is going to be on the shoulders of the coaching staff and the players. And the one thing Cal had done on his run was put the pressure on himself. But the last few years, I think the players felt that pressure to perform for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's not fair.
Yeah.
There's always pressure if you're Kentucky. I get that. But there's that extra pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel if this year goes like it looks like it could, I still don't think Kentucky is a tournament team. Some people are convinced of that at 14-7. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because this weekend, when you got to go down to Fayetteville, and that dude does not want to lose to Kentucky. If you remember the game last year, Arkansas was mid, as the kids say.
It was,
below mid.
0-5 to start league play.
That man came into Rupp Arena with a mission. He put the fear of him in those players. They played out of their mind, beating Kentucky the way people said he couldn't coach.
all the stuff he wasn't doing at the end of his tenure here. Oh, he found the mojo on that,
He found the mojo, and I was like, oh damn, like
and the chip
so.
on his shoulder, and you saying I can't? Oh, this is
And
gonna
and Fierro and
yeah,
DJ Wagner and all of them that came with them
and Big
had point
Z and all
had
them.
had had points to prove, and they proved it, right?
Yo.
So there's no doubt in my mind, and people know my get down, right? I am a sunshine pumper. It might get ugly down there in Fayetteville. And the people are like, well, I don't know. It just got ugly in Nashville.
Yo.
What are you talking about? Like, it just got ugly in Nashville.
Yeah.
So why do I think that a coach, a Hall of Fame coach with an axe to grind, isn't going to have his guys ready? It's on the road where we have not performed well at all. What?
Yeah.
Show it to me. And look, I acknowledge the 5-game win streak. It was fool's gold because Mississippi schools, LSU, Tennessee, like, all right, that's a toss-up. I saw some more Tennessee fans. We lost this Kentucky team. Again, like I said last week, we beat you 164 times. It really doesn't matter who Kentucky puts out there or what the overall team is. We beat Tennessee with pretty fair regularity, so don't get it twisted. So I don't know. You go to 14-8, and I saw somewhere where the rest of the schedule is we got the number one toughest schedule from here on out. Convince me they're going to make the tournament.
Yeah, it's with Auburn and Florida and Texas A&M and Tennessee again, Vanderbilt again. Yeah,
it's gonna get tough, right? Because it's almost February. You don't have that many. There's 10 games left in the regular season.
Back in the deep end of the pool again.
So what are we gonna do? That's my 2 cents. Is how does this turn around?
Georgia is good, better this year. So yeah, throw them in there.
So I don't know. But what you can't do is tell me you can't fire a coach after 2 years, because we did. And then we went to the Elite 8, 6 out of the next 7 years. Like, don't tell me we can't. It's just, and then Kentucky fans, we always got to take it a step too far. Kentucky hasn't been good in a decade. No, we were a 2 seed that got upset. Like, that's a thing that happens. That doesn't mean that team wasn't good, right? Of course, the Fox Monk Bam team was good enough to win. Of course, in 2019, that team was good enough to win.
Yeah.
And, my bone to pick with that is everybody remembers P.J. Washington's missed free throws against Auburn. Nobody remembers that Tyler Hero went 3 for 11. After shooting the lights out against Houston, if he doesn't go 3 for 11, maybe Kentucky wins. Because, again, P.J. Washington on a broke leg went for 28 points and 13 rebounds, right? So then there's the COVID year, right? And, being a 2 seed, being a 3 seed, that still means you're a pretty good team. So we've never been good, blah, 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 blah. And I see people, what did we do to deserve this? Kentucky fans, we have been one of the more obnoxious fan bases for 85 years. Like, what do you mean? If you want to say, is the universe cursed us, we probably should have appreciated 4 Final Fours in 5 years a little bit more. We probably, and this is probably going to step on some toes, I'll tweet it, I'll say it again. If we hadn't have treated the last Final Four team like a bunch of failures, then maybe the universe wouldn't have showed us, we'll show you what real pain's like. If we had not gone out of our way to tell everybody how bad the 2015 team was, if we'd appreciated a little bit more, then maybe the universe would have thrown us a solid. But when the team went 38-1 and we called them a bunch of failures, now you know what real pain's like.
Yeah.
Maybe. You don't know what you got until it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Like, that's my thing. Maybe if we had to call a Final Four team a bunch of failures, Maybe that wasn't good juju to put out in the universe.
Mm.
I stopped being a fan. Look, we were all disappointed, but you ain't got to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So I don't know what goes on from here. I don't know. Do I trust Mitch Barnhart to make the right decisions? I do not. I'm off that train right now. But the issues we're seeing got nothing to do with who's hurt and who's not hurt. Like, no.
Because you got enough to not be, I mean, 7-0, 9-0 every, I mean, as soon as the game started, it was already, and it could have been worse. They missed some point blank layups on fast breaks. We that's what I tweeted out. We dodged a couple bullets. We only down 11 right now. Should be 17. And it got to that, but
Vanderbilt shot like 28% from the field in the second half and increased their lead. It defies basketball. Like, how is this even possible? They just look disinterested. The offense looks bad. Like,
yeah.
I don't mean to keep coming back to it, but Pope's resume, outside of playing for Kentucky, what was his resume? It should have been a concern that he didn't win a tournament game at BYU.
Mm-hmm.
Billy G won. He got to the Sweet 16 in Rupp Arena.
Yeah, sure did.
And again, that was my concern. Was I wasn't saying that Mark Pope was going to do exactly like Kenny Payne. I just thought the job was going to be too big when you don't have the head coaching resume. Because once again, Billy G's resume, not that thick, right? And we see what happened. Because I was talking to the wife over dinner tonight. I don't know who out there would fit the job of wanting to come to Kentucky, who's had some success and is ready to be at the big chair, right? Cal had success at UMass, right? And Memphis, but he really wanted to be at a blue blood. And he came and he showed us, right? Tubby Smith, Sweet 16s at Tulsa, Sweet 16s at Georgia, almost Elite 8 in 96.
Yeah.
Right?
Buzzer beater,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Because that Syracuse team, right? So he was ready. Patino had done his stuff at Providence and BU. Quiet as kept, had got the Knicks in a better spot. And then he's now ready to come to Camelot, as he says.
Yep.
Eddie Sutton had run at Arkansas and was ready to sit at the big boys table. That's all I'm saying is this is not the job where you figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
And then you throw in the NIL on top of it. And that's a thing. Like, I don't know what happens. This was my biggest fear. And I said this, whatever year it was that Cal was flirting with Cleveland. You remember that?
Yeah.
Or whatever it was, whatever Rex Chapman said was done deal, or whatever. And I said then, and I got laughed at, but I'm never wrong. I'm just early. It at some point, Cal will stop being the coach. My thing is, I'm worried about the next person. And it was everybody can win here, blah blah. Well, it ain't that easy. and quite frankly, my thing is we've been really lucky. Because every coach since Adolph Rupp, except for the current one, was at the bare minimum coach of the year. Even Billy G was coach of the year. So again, to wrap this up, I'm just tired of if Kentucky can cut it to 10. If just get it to something more manageable. I'm tired of it. And I know they came back against LSU. I know they came back against Tennessee. I don't want to come back. I just want to play a game and win. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I'm tired of watching the game like this.
Yes.
With the deep side, like what are we doing on all, like I want somebody to explain to me what we're doing on offense.
That's what Goose said last night because I muted the TV. He kept saying, how many possessions where not one pass was made? Just Denzel brought it up. Tom, did they even pass it once that possession? Nope, still just the ball stick over. I mean, he just kept harping on it over.
And Aberdeen's taking these tough shots, but at least he's trying something.
Yeah.
I don't want to harp on him too much because it's very much like the Archie Griffin situation where, not Archie Griffin, Archie Goodwin, not Archie Griffin, Archie Goodwin, where you look around and you got Julius Mays and Ryan Harrow, and it's like, I got to do it. And so I was never that hard on Goodwin because there was nobody else that was going to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to criticize Aberdeen too much, but I am tired of him taking these weird shots in the lane. Like, I know he hits some and he draws some fouls, but that can't be the offense. The offense can't be Aberdeen cook them, move the ball around, and hopefully Oweh can get a crease into the. That can't be the offense.
Yeah, it's
and on defense again. Stop going under screens. Like, stop. So now I don't know. Again, we all want Kentucky to do well. We all want Kentucky to win. This is tough to watch, man.
Yeah.
And I will say this. There's a difference between hoping a Hall of Fame coach can get his fastball back to wondering if a new coach can find his location. There's a difference. Because at least with John Calipari, we had proof of concept.
Yeah.
At least, the last few years of Tubby weren't great, but we knew he could. Do we know? And look, I know we had been on a drought for the Sweet 16. You can't put that. I don't care. Like, I know it felt good to finally win and get to the Sweet 16 last year, but that's not what we do here.
And he knows that, and they know that. Yeah.
Every coach within 3 seasons. And keep in mind, Rick, year 3 was the Christian Laettner game.
Right. He was going to the Final Four. Sean Woods had put us in the Final Four.
Year 3 gave us the greatest college basketball game. Like, I'm not saying that. People smarter than me saying that. Hoops Weiss and all those, will tell you, that was fantastic, right? That was year 3. Coach Cal year 3 is a title.
Yeah.
Tubby by year 3 had been to a championship and Elite 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe B by year 3 was Final Four.
Yeah. And the Wooden game, the John Wooden retire in Final Four.
Beat Indiana and then lost to UCLA, right?
Yeah, undefeated Indiana, right? They was undefeated
in 75. They were undefeated, yeah. So the only team to beat Indiana in 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
And so again, quit telling me that things have changed and that no. Again, from Adolph Rupp in 1930 to Coach Cal in 2009, that's 80 years of basketball, 5 or 6 coaches. That's what we do.
Yes, absolutely. Man, so like you said, don't know where it goes or how he fixes it, but what's the oh man, hold up, here I go trying to name movies again. What's the is it Clooney and oh man, Constant Sorrow, that movie. What's that one?
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah.
Yeah. But where dude says we're in a tough spot. That's where Pope has put himself in.
Yeah, like it's tough, but this is the job, man.
Mm.
Again, and it's like looking back. Again, was it time for Cal to move on? Probably, but again, I just think we forget what his understanding of the assignment was.
Mm-hmm.
John Wall, year one.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh, the gap year of 2011 breaks the Final Four drought, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
then 2012.
Because haven't been to a Final Four since '98.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that is when Cal got on campus, we hadn't been to Sweet 16 in a couple years. Look, this is the last thing. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but you remember I told you that of all the times being a Kentucky fan, the toughest was 09. We
Mm-hmm.
played North Carolina, and game day was there. And Tyler Hansbrough and them was on their way to a championship. And they went around the panel talking about what Carolina needed to do to win the championship. And everybody's like, well, they need to blah, 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 blah. And then I think it was Reese Davis was like, what about Kentucky? And they chuckled. They chuckled. We're back at the stage where it's not that we're horrific, because we're not being like Louisville and only winning 2 games, right? We're not
Yeah.
horrific, but it's the point nobody's taking us seriously, and that is worse than anything. Because I said last night, Vandy's not even going to storm the court.
Oh no. Oh. And man, and look, you got all you can do is own it and tip your cap. They on social media, they was clowning us. It's a big blue exit because we get in there. We were leaving. Everybody's seen our guy Lonnie Rowe, Cassidy's dad, put out the tweet from the brawl with the Knott County game. Ryan got tased. It was chaos, and Vandy is like, Ryan got tased. This game is over, and there's nothing we can say. There's nothing we can do.
They're not rushing the court.
They just, they're sitting there watching the game like you want to watch a game. I don't have to clean. I don't have any stress. I'm just sitting here watching my team destroy somebody. That's what they were doing. The social media people just cooking on at our expense, TV. At our expense.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. But moving on.
Let me throw my comment at my man Kurt Cook from Harlan County, from Benham. A little bit rode the bus with him. He was a little bit older than me, linebacker of Cumberland Redskins. The 04 Tuppy squad is underrated. Bogans doesn't get hurt. D-Wade didn't D-Wade. Says that hurt worse than 2015 for him. Great show. He's out there in Phoenix checking us out. So I always appreciate Kurt. But yeah, 04, that one.
Well, to correct Kurt, thanks for listening, but that was 03 with Dwayne Wade. 04 is when we lost to UAB with those twins.
Oh, yeah.
And then 05 was the Michigan State Patrick Sparks shot. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, and that was the thing. And see, that was my thing. Most of Kentucky's history, and even Cal in the early part, like, okay, you could say to somebody, we lost to Marquette. Really? But yeah, Dwayne Wade decides to go for a quadruple double. I can lose to Dwayne Wade. I can't lose to Jack Golke putting up 10 3-pointers, right? Mm-hmm. Again, go through Cal, like, okay, you lose to West Virginia, but they're in the Final Four, right? You lose to Connecticut in the Final Four. 2014, you lose to Connecticut in the championship game, right? 2015, you lose to Wisconsin in the Final Four, right? 2016, that was you lose to Indiana. Okay, like that sucks, but okay. 2017, you lose to North Carolina. They are the national champions, right?
Yep.
For me, the turning point was 2018, like Kansas State, Auburn, the same Auburn that only won one time in 25 years. That Auburn, and then Kansas State again, and of course, St. Peter's, that's where it took a change for me because it, for the most part, when Kentucky loses in tournament, it's usually not some fly-by-night team. Usually. Like, I know there's some other losses in there, but it takes a lot to get Kentucky out the paint.
If you go back to the Dan Issel days, Jacksonville, well, they had Artis Gilmore.
Right. See, and that's the thing, too, that hurts the 98 team's legacy is people younger than us, like Utah, Stanford, and you don't want to tell them, like, Stanford had like 3 NBA guys. Arthur Lee was cold, right?
Yeah.
Utah had Mike Miller, not Mike Miller, Andre Miller.
And yeah.
Look, one in, I'm involved in Cubs Twitter. One of mutual follows, he's a Utah fan. He's about our age. And this is what I tell folks. Think about being a Utah fan and at the University of Utah in the 90s. Lord knows they hate to see Kentucky coming. Because I had a nice text exchange. I was like, what is your take on the 98 championship game? He's like, let me tell you something. We in Salt Lake City finally thinking, because they up 10 at the half, right? Yeah. Finally thinking that we could put Keith Van Horn out. Like, finally thinking. He's like, and I'm just sitting there, and it starts going, and it's like, not again. Not again. So there's a flip side to Kentucky's dominance. But you look at those teams, and people, it's not sexy. And this is why, man, I didn't think I was going to rant like this. After those couple of comebacks, people try to give this team a nickname. And I'm like, what are we doing? Nicknames come when you win. It's the Fiddlin' Five when you win.
Yeah.
It's Rupp Runt when you win. It's the Unforgettables when you win. It's the Untouchables when you win. It's the comeback cats. We didn't say that they were comeback cats until they came back against Duke, Stanford, and at the time, the largest halftime deficit ever overcome in an NCAA championship game. That's the comeback cats.
Yeah.
Right?
Big difference, yeah.
We can't, I know we want to give the nicknames come after.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, thanks for the comment. But yeah, the Keith Bogans thing, look, I've always said 2015 hurts. For me, I would say 2003, because that team was rolling.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The 26 straight games,
26.
Like, that team was rolling. That one hurts because that one could have. And really, 2014, that was the Disney movie waiting to happen.
Yeah.
The Disney movie, the team that was projected to go undefeated, and they're losing, and they're hanging on by a thread, and then all of a sudden, it was a Disney movie. You hit those 3 shots. And I've always said, I'm not a gambling man, but when James Young hit that dunk on UConn to cut it to 6 or 7, I would have bet everything I had that we would win that game. Like, I was like, this is how it's got to go. But anyway.
Coach Ryan, who hosts the Blue Ball podcast, for me. These are the no toughnessables. Yeah, Big Blue Ball podcast. Appreciate you, Coach, on Twitter.
Yeah. But look, man, again, if Dwayne Wade gets you, okay. Like, if you're in the SEC and somebody goes crazy, like, I don't know. Some of those Tennessee squads that had all those NBA players. Okay, right? If Allen Houston gets you out of the paint, he gets you out of the paint. Like, if Shaq gets you out of the paint, get out of the paint. But Vandy, and it's not even you remember Vandy for a stretch there always had like a tall Australian white guy with frosted tips. Yeah. It seemed like every year they had another one of those guys. Dan Lange and those guys, right? Taking it way back.
Cornette, and what's that one?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They always had just the one white guy with the frosted tips that was real tall, couldn't do nothing. But Vandy, and now Vandy is punking out football and basketball. That's the world we're living in right now. Let's stay out of Nashville, man.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But that's that.
Unbelievable. We got our guest coming up. They're not back there yet, I don't believe, but for everybody watching live on YouTube and Facebook and BS3 Network is allowing us to do that. We appreciate it. I got Anthony Ravizee. Went to high school with him at Cumberland High School in Harlan County. Took his talents to Morehead State University, and he is going into their Morehead State Athletics Hall of Fame in a couple weeks in February the 13th and the 14th. Speaking of, he is backstage now. They call him Rav at Morehead State. We called him Fig in Lynch in Harlan County, Kentucky. We'll bring him on right now with us, and we'll keep the conversation going. Fig, man, what's happening?
I don't think I can hear you.
Can't hear me? Uh-oh, let's see. You got me now? Can you hear me? Uh-oh, so I can hear you. Get your mic.
I heard you for a minute. I can't hear you now.
Uh-oh. How about now? Let me turn it up a little bit. Can I get you? Let me see. How about now, man? I've been turn mine up or something. I've been rolling all right. I think everybody can hear me. So we get Rav back here in just a second. Got my man Kurt putting up a comment. Oops, 03, my bad, guys. I got y'all on speaker at work. And oh Lord, and the Arizona alums are talking Mike Bibby in the back. Well-deserved, Fig. Congratulations, bro. Yeah, we gonna get Fig lined out with the technical difficulties. We get Fig back and see if we got the connection better. Can you hear us now, man?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right, man. Sorry about that. Appreciate you, man. How you been?
No problem. Oh, good, man. Just blessed.
Absolutely. People already giving you love in the comments. Kurt was on. We talking about the look. I know you're North Carolina fan in basketball, in Tennessee, in football. We know. But we on that little struggle bus right now. So we was talking about 03 and Dwayne Wade, but at the end, Kurt said, the Arizona people were talking smack because he got us on speaker at work.
Yeah.
But at the end, well-deserved, Fig. Congratulations to you. So that's, from Kurt, and,
No, big bro, man.
Yeah.
Always love. Yeah, man, a lot of people have been reaching out, and I really appreciate it, man. Just a lot of, I guess a lot of friends, family, teammates, coaches. It's been a pretty cool experience so far.
That's cool, man. So, how did they notify you? Like, did they call you? How'd they get in touch with you? They knock on the door to take us through that.
So it took, I guess, maybe a month and a half for them to actually get a hold of me because I asked no call.
Uh-oh. Big screen. Where you at, Fig? Get feedback. We're gonna pick this up. We're gonna pick this up with how he was notified that he became the newest inductee for the Morehead State Hall of Fame. Gotta get your screen back, Fig, man. You got us. Hey, it's the cliffhanger because you got us wanting more. So we got to start with that. How did they reach you and let you know that you are going into the Hall of Fame? And I got a ton more questions too, man. So we're going to get you back on and talk about all of that for sure. For sure. So apologize for that. But if y'all got questions, comments, memories of Fig and his time at Cumberland, at Morehead State, we'll get to all that. Put them in the comments. We'll try to get to them and put some up and reflect and look back a little bit. Might work in a little conversation about our Cowboys. Look, Fig's a Cowboys fan, just like myself. So we've been suffering for a minute. Today's the 30th anniversary of the Cowboys' last Super Bowl win over Pittsburgh, Super Bowl 30, because this next Super Bowl is Super Bowl 60. That doesn't even seem possible. But we'll talk about that. Talk about Blue and Gold weekend coming up in Morehead, Kentucky for Anthony Ravizee. See your better half backstage, Fig, and we'll get you back on here in just a little bit as well. Looking forward to it. I was messaging with your mom on Facebook earlier, and she's proud just like everybody else. So we'll get the stream going. Oh, she messaged me now and said it for having a few little technical difficulties, but we'll get them worked out. And here we go. Yeah, coming back to Fig. Take 3 and go. Got you, man.
Let's try one more. I think I got it.
All right.
And my laptop stopped working, so I switched to the phone, and of course I get a phone call. So, but if you heard anything as far as your question goes, but I got the call after months of people trying to get a hold of me, and the young lady said, "Hey, I got somebody that want to talk to you," and it was Kelly Wells, the athletic director, and he told me like, "Man, I got some good news for you," and I had no idea. I wasn't even thinking about it, and he said, "Hey, we're gonna put you in the Hall of Fame this year," and it was all smiles and cheesing and all that from the jump. I pulled over the side of the road and I called a bunch of people, texted a bunch of people. I couldn't tell everybody because I had to kind of keep it on a hush. But it was cool to share with my family and stuff.
So you said you hadn't even thought about it. So like when you hung up the helmet, the last play, the last game, hung up the cleats, you didn't say I think I've had a Hall of Fame career. The numbers I put up.
Negative. Not one time. Man, I never bragged on myself. I was always the team guy. I never went in without being humble, and it never crossed my mind after that. Now, over the years, I've seen a few people go in, and I was like, man,
okay,
that's crazy, but it's cool. I didn't even trip on it. It just, like I said, it was just something that was in the back of my mind, but nothing up front to where I'm every year like, is this the year? Is this the year? It never came to that, and it totally caught me off guard.
So, what's the criteria? Is there some kind of standards that you know of that to be inducted that they kind of have in place?
I have no clue, no clue whatsoever. I talked to somebody, and they said that they didn't even know, and they were like, "Hey, man, I know it took a long time. I have no idea the criteria or what it takes to get in, and I believe you submit applications or something like that, but that's probably the gist of what I know." And like a lot of people were surprised that I wasn't in it yet, and it never, it never came to something where I was, talking about it or, preaching to somebody about it or, complaining. I wasn't doing any of that, and apparently a few people kind of put the word in, and here we are.
Man, that's awesome, man. So congratulations again from me and from everybody that you have received congrats from and will continue to get them from. Take everybody back to your career at Cumberland. When do the first offers come? What's the recruitment process like? What visits did you take? It was Morehead and who all else, and how'd you make your decision?
So I didn't get a lot of offers. I think the first one I got was from Tennessee State, and I had no idea who that was. I knew it was in Nashville. I didn't know it was an HBCU. I did a couple of research, and then one summer, I actually went to a summer program, and we visited Tennessee State. And I talked to a guy there, and he was like, "Yeah, we play football in the OVC, and we have to get you back down here." Never followed up on it or anything. So along come the season, I believe it was my sophomore year, and I started getting a look from Western Carolina. Of course, with Charles going to Marshall, he was supposed to went to Marshall, place where actually we all were supposed to be, and he ended up signing with the Phillies instead of Marshall. So history could have been made to where me, George, and Champ would have followed Charles to Marshall.
Wow.
Yeah, they wanted us. They really wanted us. And happened, and it just kind of fell through after he chose baseball. But they were still, kind of trying to be on board, but nothing ever manifested with it. I had let's see, most of my recruitment, as far especially the around Kentucky and in-state and surrounding places, they were all 50%. So 50%, 50%, 50%. And I'm like, man, I might as well go play baseball. But Coach Harrison, I don't know if you remember him. He took me to Cumberland College, and we were sitting in the coach's office, and he was like, you don't have to change your colors, you don't have to change your mascot. He said, you're gonna fit right in here. Like, just come here. We take care of you. Everything's gonna be cool. And of course, Coach Harrison, he coached there, so he was kind of pushing it. And on the way home, I was just silent, and he was like, what's wrong? You didn't like it? I was like, yeah, he's cool. I like the coach. The coach was great, awesome. And I was like, I don't feel like I need to play there. I want to play somewhere else. I want to play at least Division I football. And he's like, okay. So fast forward to the summer, he called me and said, hey, I need you to go to Morehead, because he played at Morehead. I need you to go to Morehead, enroll in this teaching program. And in the teaching program, you'll get a teaching scholarship. So that'll cover, most of your schooling. And then he was like, I'll talk to the coaches, and we can see if we can get them up to the other 50%. So a lot of people don't know that I didn't go to college on a full scholarship, per se, full athlete scholarship. It was actually 50% teaching program, 50%, sports athletic scholarship. And it was the second week of camp after they called us in and said, we want to give you a full ride. And that's how I got my full ride.
Man. So just had to get in there and still kind of impress them a little bit to get the rest of that 50.
Yeah. Whatever I did, they liked it.
Well, man, just a little bit from the write-up that they put out, MSUEagles.com, you and the other inductees. Still second in career yards, 2,930 yards. Second highest single season rushing total in program history. 210 carries, 1,218 yards in 1997, 13 tutties. The only running back in program history with multiple 1,000-yard rushing seasons. So, I mean, and you played DB your freshman year. Were you wanting to be a running back? Did they recruit you as a running back? How'd that go?
When we got there, it was like a lot of people left. So, of course, they found out that they were leaving the OVC, and a lot of people transferred and left. So the people that they brought in, all of us freshmen, like almost all of us, seemed like we were running backs. So the running back room was full. So a lot of the DBs had transferred, and they asked us like, "Hey, for this year, freshmen, if you can go over the defense, play defensive back, help us out, because we only had 60 players. That's all we had." And they was like, "Over, help us out. If you want to come back in the spring, you can come back." And 4 of us chose to go. Myself, Chris Berry, of course, he's a Hall of Famer. Tion Smalley is actually my roommate, and Stephon Bruton, and he's my DJ at my wedding, so I'm close to all of them. But we all went over, and then in the spring, 3 of us came back. Stephon stayed at defensive back, and we had the choice, to come back over, and I was like, man, I came here to be a running back. That's what I want to be.
So go ahead.
It was kind of like I tell this story all the time. My running back days didn't start until the 8th grade, because when I went out for football in the 6th grade, once the team separated, you can go with the linemen or you can go with the running backs. So I'm sitting there in the middle, and I know where I'm supposed to go, but the coach looked at me and said, "Hey, you like a lineman." So I played left guard for my 6th grade and 7th grade year. I was a lineman. So I kind of felt like that in college, like, man, I ain't gonna never get the chance. So, but it was cool, man. It was a good experience. I've always been a student of the game, so to learn the defensive side, in college, and the complexity of it helped translate to being able to operate at a high level on the offensive side.
Yeah, so that's crazy that you was displaced at the beginning every time. You're a lineman in middle school, and then a DB freshman year. You just take the long way around.
Part of the plan, man. That's all it is. It's all part of the plan. Hey, I was looking, and I just started looking because I started looking at stuff because I had to get some stuff together for the ceremony, and I was like, man, I did not know that I was tied for 8th on the team in tackles my freshman year. Yeah. So I could have stayed on that side. I believe in, still been a decent player, but of course my heart was on the other side, so I had to go.
Absolutely. So had you been to the blue and gold weekends before to see others get inducted?
Nah, like I said, something that never, like I never knew when it was. I never knew how it came about, like the function of it, the ceremony. Like I knew afterwards, when it happened, but I never knew, how it did, because I think it kind of changed a lot after COVID. So I believe that kind of switched some things up, because I believe that they the athletic one during the fall, and they did maybe the alumni one during the spring. So I'm not sure if they changed it up, but I know that this past homecoming, a guy got inducted, Ted Dox. He played basketball there. He's actually one of the directors of the FBI. I think Boston. And I was like, I seen him on TV. I was like, man, I know him. I know him. And come to find out, that's who it was. And he got inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame. So that's how I knew that actually happened during homecoming. But I had no idea how they did it, how they selected anybody, how the criteria was, or anything. So just happy I got in the club now.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that you're gonna go and kind of be blind to it. They're gonna roll out the red carpet and do whatever, and you experiencing it all for the first time. It's not like you've been back and seen, have an idea. So that's gotta be exciting, man. I don't even know what they're gonna do, but it's for you.
Man, from the beginning, that since they told me, I've been like, man, like what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I have no idea what that is. And finally I'm like, yo, I'm in now and it's cool, but like what is it that comes next? Like what's the next step? And they've been showing me a lot of love. And it was cool being up there on when I actually went back, got my degree, and I was there for the rehearsal, and they were like, why are you here? Like, it's not that weekend. I was like, yeah, I know, I'm graduating. They was like, what? It's like you decided to leave that out of the conversations we've been having. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know, I didn't know that mattered, but yeah, that's why I'm here. So after they found that out, they kind of was like, yo, we're gonna do this, we're doing this, we're gonna let you know when you come back up, you do your interview, and all that, man. It's been a good experience overall.
Yeah, I definitely had to get to that too. I saw you post that. So congrats on getting a degree, going back and dotting that I and crossing that T.
Yeah.
Was that something that you knew? He's like, at some point, I'm gonna come back and finish
Nah, man,
that.
my dad to finish. He always, every day from the last 30 years, you need to finish. You need to finish. And then finally I was like, you know what? Let me try it. Let me give it a semester a shot. And I called and I talked to the advisor, and they gave me some pointers, told me what I needed to do to finish. And I started that first semester. It was last year. Not this past October, the October before. So it took me 3 semesters to get done. So, it started then, and they told me that, hey, you need to do this now, and they just guided me along the way and just led me in the right direction. But it wasn't nothing I was like, yeah, this is gonna happen, on at this point in my life, or I'm gonna do this. Hey, how about we do this right now? And it just kind of turned out, man. God worked this magic, and here we are.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You got all kind of people in the comments. Your mom in here, Aunt Ruby, Bossy, Kurt, everybody from home in here. Just show you love in the comments. I'm flashing them up, but yeah, man. So it's good stuff. Kurt talking about you and George and Champ, RIP, best athletes to come out of Cumberland. Great men, great friends. Y'all deserve y'all's flowers. So hey, can't argue with none of that.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. Every day they ask me, when did I know that I was, a good athlete? And I was like, man, never. Because the people around me, I grew up with great athletes. Like everybody was a good athlete. Like, so my focus was to be as good as them. As long as I could be as good as them, then I knew I was cool.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of made me, want to continue and get better, because if I'm as good as them, then I feel like I'm good.
Yeah, because hey, that bar was high with all y'all, man. So if you can hold your own with them, like you're right, you be good. So that's what happened.
Yep.
So I had a listener on Twitter asking, just talking about what a good athlete you were. Are there some highlights on YouTube or video that were they people that didn't see you play can watch?
I don't know of any. Man, I I had a lot of highlights at one point, and I don't know what happened to them. But if anybody got any out there they can put on YouTube, I like to see them myself.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, so coming up, outside of all the athletes that you grew up with, Man and George and Champ and Bossy and everybody, who were you watching and trying to emulate? Your favorite player or people you trying to copy? College players and pro players that you were watching as a kid, maybe to try to copy.
Man, it was started and stopped with Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders. Them was the guys for me. Like that defensively or offensively. Barry Sanders is running the ball. Like I watched his highlights like all the time. Like whenever he was on, I was watching him. And as far as Deion goes, he played baseball and football. So already I'm like, yo, that's it. So them was the two that I looked up to as far as professional athletes go. As far as in college, man, of course, there's a lot of people. I mean, Marshall Faulk. When I was in high school, Marshall Faulk was at San Diego State, and I used to stay up 12. They used to come on late. I used to stay up 12 o'clock on Saturday to watch them. So Marshall, I say, was the guy in college that I was like, yo, I used to see him break through the defense and just take off, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be able to do that.
Yo. So if you had to give people a scouting report of yourself as a football player and a baseball player, what kind of player were you? What was your game like for you just describing yourself, the type of player you were to somebody?
Baseball wise, I think I was more of a speed person. Like kind of use my athletic ability to get on base, and once I got on base, score. Football wise, man, I was, like I said at the beginning, I was a student of the game. Like I felt like I was an intellectual on the field, which allowed me to make up from some certain aspects of my game. Like I knew, even in college, like I knew where everybody was supposed to be. I knew everybody's position except for the quarterback. Now, there's stuff that I knew, how it's supposed to go. But as far as like knowing the positions, like the linemen, knowing protections, any calls to make, receivers knowing routes, other running backs knowing their plays. So if something happened to them, I could step over there and do that. Like that started from a little youngin'. Like that started from just watching football. I remember watching the 1985 Super Bowl by myself in my bed. Like that's how far I go back with me. Like I watched it and I wanted to learn. Like I watched my position. I watched other positions. I watched everybody. Like I want to know what everybody's supposed to be doing. So to describe me or describe myself, I would say I was an intellectual type to where I knew where everybody was supposed to be. So I could tell you that on this draw play, I'm going to break out and cut it back because I know you already out of place because I know exactly where my linemen are going. Like, that's how I looked at the game. That's how I saw it. I saw it like chess, kind of. I saw it like it was crazy because I could know where a hole was supposed to be even if it wasn't there. I know it's supposed to be right here. It's not there right now. As long as this person does this, then we good. The hole's gonna be there, and that's how I looked at the game.
Like chess and 2 or 3 steps ahead. Just
yeah.
So when you get to college, you talk about you already earned that other 50%. You already did what you need to do to make the right impression. What was the transition like to the college game? As a DB, defending college receivers, then as a running back, when you finally got on that side to, going up against D1 defenses. What was that transition from high school to college like for you?
They always say that the next level up is faster, and that's what I had to get used to. Most people are fast in college, so the adjustment of adjusting my brain to be like, all right, this is gonna happen a little bit quicker, especially on defense. And I played strong safety, so a lot of times I was up on the line with the defense that we played. It was a 50 defense, so that made me kind of up on the line. So learning option and option responsibilities, that was a big change to try and learn because everybody has an assignment. So playing assignment football in college, that helped me to transition on the other side of knowing I know that this guy's assignment is to watch me. This other guy's assignment is to watch this person. Like I said, if I know your assignment and where you're supposed to be at, then I can try to manipulate you to make this offensive play work a little bit better because I know exactly who's supposed to be where and why they're there.
And that's, you getting your work done early as far as that goes. Like, just the mental part, already knowing all that pre-snap and responsibilities and assignments. I mean, that allows you to play faster and then manipulate the opponent, right?
That helped me out to step in and play on school. To be able to step in and contribute was better. And that's pretty much how I looked at it. And then, switching over back to offense that spring. And it was kind of strange because the offense that we ran in college was similar to the offense that we ran in high school. It wasn't exactly the same, but some of the lingo was the same. And kind of some of the key plays were kind of similar. So that spring, like I picked up like real quick on the offense. And once I picked that up, man, I was ready to come back and get to it.
Mm. Mm-mm. So Ruby said, not just a great player, would have made an excellent coach. Did you ever give any thought to doing some coaching?
That's what I wanted to do.
Mm.
I never knew how I could get to that point and what I had to do. But man, I stuck and for I guess 2 years I coached Pee Wee football. That was the closest I got. Closest I got. But yeah, man, I wish I could get on somebody's staff, man. I love the game and I feel like I could contribute, man, just with the knowledge that I have and the love that I have for the game.
Yeah, it's still time, man. Still time. I
Could be
mean,
something I got playing for me.
yeah, you up there in a couple weeks, February 13th to 14th, the blue and gold weekend, and I don't know if you go back and watch them practice or know anybody on staff now. Hey, you never know.
Hey, I'll drop some hints. I know that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I'm sure, like everybody, from home remembers you at Cumberland, members plays you made. Same thing at Morehead State. Fans have different memories and plays you made. But what's the definitive play or highlight that stands out to you that you made? As all those yards, all those touchdowns, a certain game, a certain play, a certain moment that stands out to you.
Man, it's a lot. I mean, not me like that.
Yeah, well, that's why you're a Hall of Famer. We know it's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, like I got a lot. I can like a lot impressed me. I'll say it like that. Like a lot of what I did impressed me. So I'm high school. I'll do 2 in high school and 2 in college. So 1 in high school will go offense, and I don't know who we were Somerset. We were playing Somerset.
The old bride jumpers.
Yeah, bride jump in Somerset, man. And it was a draw, and somehow the two linebackers blitzed, and I was kind of stuck in the hole. So I broke out to the left, and in my mind, watching them NFL players, I thought, hey, I'm going to stop on a dime and turn and reverse field and come back the other way. And I did it. And it was so cold on film. Only got 8 yards.
8?
It was a pretty 8, but man, that was one of my favorite runs right there. And then defensively in high school, Pikeville. That game my junior year, man, and I don't know what they were doing, but they threw the running back out of the flats, and I came up and tried to bury him. Man, that was the cleanest hit I've ever had. I didn't feel nothing. It was like cotton. But on film, it looked like I put him through the ground. Yeah.
That time they blew Reggie Bush up. That's what you remember.
Yeah. So that was my favorite as far as high school go. In college, I say my freshman year playing defensively was playing against Eastern and playing against them NFL dudes like Saka and Jason Dunn and tackle. Like, like that was like, yo, these boys about to win the OVC. Like, they go into the league. I'm a freshman. I'm out here with them. That was dope. And then offensively, my last touchdown that I had. My last touchdown was my favorite play. It was a draw play. 52 yards. Got it up the middle, cut, straight shot, and get to the goal line. There's 2 people there. And I can pick which one. And I picked one and just lowered my head and ran them over at the 2 and touchdown. And I had this whole I talked to my friends. I was like, yo, this is our last game. I don't know when I'll score again, but if I score, I'm going to do this celebration. I had this celebration that I was going to do. Didn't do it at all. I was just caught in the moment like, whoa.
Yeah.
and after, what happened? What happened to the celebration? I was like, man, I wouldn't even think about that at the moment. But those my 4 football memories.
There you go. Good stuff, man. Yeah, all that premeditated stuff was just gone. It was gone.
Yeah. When you're in the moment, man, enjoying it, like your teammates hype, you hype, just waiting to get off the field so you can talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I ask every running back that's been on here, I had to ask him, man. So I asked Man this when he was on. Him and Clay came on a couple of times. I asked Anthony White this when he was on. So I'm gonna ask you the same thing, because you did the 2-way thing, high school and in college. So if you got 4th and 2, gotta have it. Anthony Ravizee, the running back, is meeting Anthony Ravizee, the DB, in the hole. You getting that 2? Or are you making that stick? Which Rav is gonna win out? If you against yourself, offense against defense, what's happening?
Where you get that question at? Good Lord.
Hey man, it's just in my little pea brain. Every now and then something come out decent.
That's a nice question, man. I'm gonna say offense gets it because offensively, I'm gonna outsmart the defense of me. The offense of me will outsmart the defense of me, not by much. But the offense of me studied studied a little more on the defense of me, and I know that the defense of me really don't want to tackle, but will tackle. But yeah, I say the offense of me gets the 2 yards.
So you don't want to tackle, but you will tackle and take pride in your tackling when you tackle, right? You ain't trying to get out there embarrassed, but you still gonna pick offensive you because this is your will against your will. This is why I ask you.
Right. Hey, defensively, I like interceptions.
Okay.
I didn't hate tackling. I like hitting people. I love contact. But if I ain't have to do it, I ain't have to do it.
So you gonna get the 2. You gonna find a way to get the 2.
I'm gonna get the 2.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I can outsmart the defense of me just by a little bit. I just need the 2 yards. I don't need 10.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I had to see where you stood, man. I had to. Oh, and look, Kurt already ahead of me because he knew I was gonna get to this at some form of fashion. So we all on the same page on this. So Kurt put in the comments a few minutes ago, Cowboys question. When should we start looking for Dak's replacement? And how do we feel about the new DC?
I like the DC. It should have been Al Harris, but we could. And Dak is a baller. I don't care what nobody say. They can do their goofy memes. They can do all that talk. If Dak was on their team, they'd be good to go. And I just think we just need to get 3 things that match. We need to get a defense and an offense that match, and the special teams that match with it. If we can get all 3 of them working the same way, at least one season, like it's always been either the offense was good or the defense was bad or vice versa. We never had, and even when we had both, special teams did something. So we got to get all 3 phases together. Once we get all 3 together, and I'm hoping on board. It's coming back. Should be good there.
Who?
CD, of course, the beast. CD, he's a beast. And defensively, man, if dude can get him out there, if he can get them safeties to cover, we straight. Because that's been our downfall.
You sound like, man, we like Smokey and Friday. We ain't never got nothing to match. We got Kool-Aid, no sugar, ham, no burger. I mean,
that's our team. Never got 2 things.
I like the new DC because it feels like at least they had to do some searching, not just some kind of lazy hire.
Right.
And it weakens the Eagles. So
yeah,
I'm here for that. You know,
that's one thing I was on board with. I'm like, if you can make some of them DBs who they were, man, maybe you could help us step up. And I mean, I don't like them. I can't stand them. But they defensive backfield was nice.
Yeah. I'm with you. So we'll see how he meshes, see if all 3 phases of the game match, and we go from there, man. We go from there. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. And you a Hall of Famer, but this guy ain't. So what you think about Belichick? All this stuff about him not getting in on the first ballot. Since we talking Hall of Fame.
Bad that it took me this long. If he don't get in on the first ballot, then hey, everybody don't get in all the time when they want to. I can't believe he in there, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and Eli, it was his second time up. I mean, they got their reasons. I mean, I like to know who didn't vote him in, but
Well, man, I can't say how much I appreciate you taking time to hop on here. Busy schedule. work, getting off work late, all that everyday life going on, but you still took time to hop on and talk about your induction. Congratulations, man, and hope the weekend just goes smooth. It'll be here before you know it. You and the family have a good trip, and whatever they do, like you said, you going in not even knowing, they just been showing love. But I hope you have a great weekend, and you deserve it. And congratulations, man. And it's been fun to chop it up. Been a minute since we had you on here. You was on way back
Right.
years ago.
Yeah.
But honored to have you back, man. And you deserve all that you getting, man.
I appreciate you, bro, man. Thanks for even thinking about getting me on here, man. It's a good look. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. February 13th to 14th, Blue and Gold Weekend. Anthony Ravizee, 4 other inductees too: administrator, volleyball,
Basketball, and another football player.
Okay. Well, good stuff, man. Y'all do it up. Enjoy yourself, man. You deserve it, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks. God bless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anthony Rav. We called him Big Ravizee, going to the Morehead State Athletics Hall of Fame. So congrats. Appreciate everybody in the comments. All the love from home. Thank you, moms. Glad you got to watch it. I knew I was going to get you the link if you wasn't able to. So appreciate you. Appreciate Bossy and Kurt, Ruby, Tiffany, everybody in the comments. It's going to do it for this episode of Cats Talk Wednesday. It'll be live on Roku, YouTube, Facebook page, audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, wherever you get your podcasts. This episode will be there with all the rest of them. Check us out. Thanks again to the BS3 Network. For Terry Brown, Anthony Ravizee, my name is Vinny Hardy. We'll do it again next week. We'll holler at y'all next time. Stay warm, stay safe. Go Cats. Congrats, Rav. Holler at y'all later.